All right. Hello, hello. It's Tuesday, February 4th, 2025, and this is a preliminary meeting about the comp plan changes. I definitely want to say that I do not have it totally figured out. So that's my disclaimer. And my account rep also said that they think they have it all ironed out, but there's possible there will be little tweaks before it's officially rolled out. So just know we're pretty sure this is how it's all going to work, but there might be little bits and pieces. So in this call today, I'm going to share with you why they're changing the comp plan, all the upsides, like what's the benefit of this. We're going to go into some of the things that you really need to know and be aware of so you can start planning your strategy. And then we can talk a little bit about the rewards, the loyalty rewards changes. And of course, anything else that y'all want to talk about. Is there anything you want to throw on the table before I get started to make sure that we cover today?
I just want to say that
Oh,
if we don't have enough time, I'd rather not talk about the loyalty rewards changes.
Yeah, I'll put
I
that at the end.
I'd rather do it at a separate, yeah.
I'll put it at the end, and that way whoever wants to stay can, and whoever wants to go can. Okay, so
Erin,
yeah,
if we have questions as you're going along, should we interrupt you or should we wait? Or how do you want to handle that?
let's wait so we have a clean recording.
Like,
Let's wait till
okay,
so we have a clean recording, and then I'll take questions at the end.
okay,
Does that sound good?
Yeah.
yep.
Okay, great. So I'm going to start with the reason, because the elephant in the room, if you've been around with doTERRA for a long time, is they always were like, we'll never change the comp plan. We promise, we promise. So you might come up against some of that in your conversations or, in your own feelings. I know I did. And then after I talked to my account rep, I've come full circle to being very grateful that they're changing the comp plan. So, Kristen's just coming in. Let her get settled. So, the main reason they're changing the comp plan is we've been a business for 17 years, and so much has changed in the world over the last 17 years. And one of them is the economy and inflation. And what they kind of realized was if we didn't change the comp plan and find a way to get new builders more money right away, that we would not be as attractive of an option for people. So that's the number one goal that I see out of this comp plan change. And it's also the number one thing to focus on as you're talking to people about it, as you're kind of revisiting conversations with people that might want to earn some extra money by sharing doTERRA. This comp plan change has made it so that the new person can have a very clear, simple, straightforward pathway to $500 in like their first 30 to 60 days. And I'll tell you how that works. doTERRA hasn't, like, doTERRA is not making more money out of the comp plan change. Like all the way that they're paying for the changes is mostly coming from Blue and Presidential Diamond paychecks. They've given up some of their pay to be able to pay for this. And our front line, we used to make 3% on our front line. You now don't make anything on your front line. So, and that's usually just a couple of dollars. Like if you have 9 people on your front line who order $50 to $100 a month, your commission on your front line is minimal, $9 to $11. But with all the wellness advocates all over the world, doTERRA is able to take that $9 to $10 and redistribute it through the whole compensation plan. So that's how they're paying for the change. The other thing that they're really wanting to address is relationship issues. So raise your hand, if you've come to like the end of the month and you can't get in touch with someone, or they're not willing to place their order, and it creates friction in between you and them, and maybe even a relationship is damaged because of this, like feeling like you're kind of held hostage by whether or not they're going to do their 100 LRP order. Like everybody's experienced that, right? Yeah. So they really wanted to do away with that because they were like, our purpose is to be a company that spreads hope and healing through the world. And if our comp plan is hurting relationships, it's going in the direct, like opposite of that. So the power of three is now changing, and it is no longer going to have to do with 100 PV loyalty reward orders. It still has to do with loyalty reward orders, but what you need in order, and this is really important, so maybe write this down. In order for you to get your $50 first level bonus, you need to have an accumulative of 500 PV of loyalty reward orders on your front line. It could be $10 one account, 50 another account, 15 another account, doesn't matter where it's coming from as long as it's a reward order and it adds up to 500. Plus, one of those accounts has to be personally enrolled to you. So this is one of the other reasons they're changing the comp plan is there are places in doTERRA that they're referred to as blessed accounts. Our upline is kind of one such where it's a person who really they're looking at people who never enrolled anyone. Like they never enrolled anyone, but they got a stacked account. So there may be an elite that has like diamonds and silvers underneath them because their upline enrolled underneath them. And they want those accounts to no longer be able to take advantage of the comp plan unless they start enrolling. So they'll have that option to kind of like click in and start enrolling, but they won't make those really big paychecks anymore if they're a total blessed account. And remember, a blessed account means you really never enrolled anyone and your upline kind of stacked out your account. There's a little thing here that I still don't totally understand, which is how if your upline gave you enrollments, then I don't know if doTERRA is actually looking at you as a blessed account. I think if your upline gave you enrollments, then you wouldn't be one of the people that kind of stops earning. So those are the main reasons. So just to reiterate, it's doTERRA wants the new person to be able to make money fast, like $500 in their first 30 to 60 days. They want relationships to not be jeopardized, and they want the people who are enrolling and building to be the ones who get the most benefit of the comp plan. So before I go on, are there any questions with that part? Okay, is it PV or TV? So TV is no longer really a thing. It's about your personal front line. So if you have 3 people on your front line and they're all ordering 200 and you enrolled one person, you're covered with the 500.
Our PV is not included in that. It's just frontline, not us.
That's a good question. I don't know the answer to that. Let's write
It sounds
that.
like it's just frontline and not us included in that. It used to be 600 team volume, which is us in our frontline. Now it just sounds like it's just frontline and that they don't have to be 100 PV.
Yeah, I'm
to be like
think that's
people on the front line. Some have 20 PV, some have 80 PV. If as long as it's an LRP, then that can give us that bonus, right?
Yeah.
Is that for Oh, sorry.
I was going to say, as long as you've enrolled one of those people.
As long as you've enrolled one person. Now you're so far just talking about the 50 to 50 bonuses. You're not talking yet about rank, right?
Right. So just right now, I'm just talking about power of 3, and we'll move on to the other ones.
Okay.
Um,
I have okay, that's
yes,
it now. There will be more questions.
Yeah. Anyone else? Because I'll bring up the comp plan for us to look at.
Sorry, I didn't know I was muted. I just have a brief question, or I guess a question. So it's gonna, the only thing that, so they're not changing any wellness advocate. If they want to have commissions, they need 100 PV personal, right? That's not
Haven't
changed.
said anything about that. But remember that to earn your unilevel, you never had to have a loyalty rewards order. You had to have 100 PV, but retail customers could have counted towards that. But I'm sure it'll
So
still be the case that you have to have 100 PV to get commissions.
yeah, so it's still 600 team. What I'm saying is it's still at least 600 team volume, because I doubt if, well, I could be wrong. If we don't personally, or a wellness advocate doesn't have 100 PV, they're not going to get the $50 bonus.
Yeah. Okay, let's look at this together because I think it might answer it for us. So yes, you need to have your 100 personal volume on doTERRA rewards. And then you need to have 500 on your front line. And one of them is enrolled to you. So yes, you're correct. It's still 600 total between you and your front line. Go ahead, Contessa. Oh, I might have to read yours. Okay. So going forward, the 250 and the 1500. Okay, there's more about that. Let's talk about the whole power of three if we're ready for that. Okay, so now what power of three now is you've got your 100 PV order. You have 500 total on your front line. At least one of them is personally enrolled to you. That's the little green guy. That's going to give you your level 1 base bonus of $50. Now, if you have 3 people that do the same, so they have their 100 PV, they have a total of 500 in rewards volume on their front line, and they each have one personally enrolled to them, then they get their 50 and you get your 250. Now, third line is no longer 1500, but there's a way that you can boost it, which I'll tell you about in a minute. But it's same thing. You help those 3 people get their 3 people, and the third level will be 1250. So you can just stop there and that's it. But if you want to boost it, then they have this thing that's called the Power of 3 Boost. So this has to do with personal growth volume. And right now in the back office, there's a little tool you can play with under quick links. There's a personal growth volume, like little widget. So you can kind of see what this looks like for you. And this is how you can earn up to not extra, but you can earn up to 1750 if you have your whole level 3 built out, or you can earn up to 500 on your level 2. So your personal growth volume is the total amount of rewards volume in the current month from previously enrolled members who enrolled in the previous 12 months. So say you have a list of 20 people that you enrolled in 2024. And by the way, they're going to start doing this right now. So you can qualify for this boost this month. So say you enrolled 10 people in 2024. If those 10 people have a growth volume, that means that they're on the rewards program. And overall, like the combined of everybody you enrolled, if it's 400 or more, you get an extra 50 on your first line, an extra 50 on your second line, and an extra 50 on your third line. If your growth volume is 800 or more, it's an extra 50 on your first line, extra 250 on second, 250 on third. If the personal growth volume is 1200 or more, it's the extra 50, the extra 250, and then an extra 500. So what they're really trying to do here is encourage us to be getting people on LRP. Or it's not LRP anymore. It's called the rewards program. And they've added all these like extra gifts for the rewards program, and people can do instant rewards. They don't have to like commit to a monthly order. They can just be placing a rewards order. So if you want to be like if you're already getting your 250 or your 1500 and you want to boost it, you're really just going to want to focus on helping the people you've enrolled order again and again on the rewards program. Is there any questions on that one before we move on? Yeah, Kate.
I see that if you look at the level 2 base 250, the third leg has no personally enrolled. There's no green guy. But
Yeah, I noticed that.
But it looks like they still get it. So I'm wondering if you just need on this second line 3 total somewhere personally enrolled anywhere on that line. It's kind of that kind of seems like what they're showing there.
Yeah, that does seem like what they're showing there.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you could have one leg
Mm-hmm.
in a way, one
Yeah.
blessed.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good thing to point out.
That was the only question for that one.
Okay, any other questions on the boost? Okay, so the timeline for this is the Power of 3 change doesn't go in effect probably until June or July. So until June or July, Power of 3 is still the same way, but they're letting us play around with the boost starting right now. But you can't do the third level boost. So you're really just playing around with level 1 and level 2 as the boost. So after this call, if you want to get the boost, I would encourage you to go into your back office, go to Quick Links, and pull up the personal growth volume. It'll give you a list of everyone you've enrolled in the last 12 months. And those are the people you want to go work with and do wellness consults and check in with them and see if you can help them get on the rewards program. And that'll help you get your boost.
That was my other question. I'm in my back office and I couldn't find the.
Oh, let me show y'all where it is.
Okay.
So if you're like in your, your office part and you're looking at the place where it has all the summary of everything, it shows your like
Summer.
3 and all that stuff. Like the first thing.
So commission summary?
It's
or right when you get into your back office.
Right when you get into your back office. And then if you look over
Okay.
to the right, there's something that says quick links.
Quick reports or popular links?
Oh, you're right. It's quick reports. Sorry.
Quick reports. You're good. And
then you click
personal growth.
Yeah. And that should give you a list. So
okay. At the bottom of that, I noticed that it was a 6 to 12 month inactive. So those are the people to like nudge or give an incentive to.
Because if you reactivate somebody after they've been inactive, they count towards this boost thing.
Okay.
It doesn't count for their first month. So if you go reactivate someone or you enroll someone, their first month, their first order, doesn't count towards the boost. It's the second. Yes, Kristen, go ahead.
Yeah, it's really refreshing to hear about the fact that there's an instant rewards option. I did not know that. And I'm still sharing oils organically. The people that I enroll like to order, but since like post-COVID, I just have such a hard time getting people to commit to like the monthly LRP. So I didn't know about that. And that sounds like it could be a game changer, especially for this new plan.
Yeah. They've done a bunch of updates to the rewards program. And we'll dive into that a little bit after we do the comp plan.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'd like to know a little bit more about the instant rewards.
Yes. Okay. So yeah, that's one of your bits of homework. If you want to go boost your Power of 3 and play around with that, is to get a list of your previously enrolled and also get a list of your inactive and see who you can reactivate and who you can get to make some orders and re-engage. And by the way, one of the things that I'm offering to help with this is I'm putting out a weekly email, which you're all welcome to sign up for and forward to your people or steal the copy or whatever. And I'm starting to document kind of all my secret tried and true remedies, just going through with all the things that we do. This week, it's going to be about helichrysum and bleeding. And I talk about bloody noses and heavy periods. And I'll just go through all that kind of like home remedy stuff, which I think will be exciting to re-engage people, to remind them how to use oils. Because I think a lot of people have oils on their shelves and they maybe are not using them like they could be used. Okay, ready to talk about unilevel, rank, and all that stuff? So, what's most of this is pretty much the same. The things that have changed is, like I said, you don't earn any commission on your first level anymore. And the other thing that's changed is if you are ranking platinum or above, your qualifier does not have to be personally enrolled to you. It just has to be in your enroller tree. So, Vivian, for you getting back to platinum, you could look through your organization, and if you have a silver somewhere further down the line that you didn't enroll, that silver would actually rank you, which is pretty cool. But that doesn't click in until you're platinum and above. The other thing that's changed here is the pools. So this counts for platinum, diamond, platinum and above. The pools, you can earn more shares in the pools if your team growth volume hits 6,000 or more. And team growth volume has to do with your overall growths, like all the individual personal growth volumes kind of combined make your team growth volume. And I'm sure they're going to have a tool soon where we can look at that. For now, you can reach out to your account rep and ask them for a report. So I was able to get my report and it's above 6,000. And they said for most, like 90% of accounts, their team growth volume is fine. For the ones who are below that, they're just not going to get as many shares in the bonus pool. And that'll be part of how it like takes some of those blessed accounts and they don't get as much. And then instead those shares are going to go to people who are having that higher team growth volume. That's really the only change in the unilevel. And they said that they're not going to like fully enforce this probably until early 2026. So they want everybody to have plenty of time to figure out team growth volume and to be hitting the rank that they want to hit. But what it essentially means is platinums are going to make more money because in the past, the jump from gold to platinum was never really worth it. It wasn't a big pay increase. Sometimes platinums even made less than golds, depending on how things were structured. And then there is going to be the opportunity to make more in the, I'm forgetting it, the empowerment bonus. I was forgetting the name. So you all know about the empowerment bonus, right? That's where you get extra bonuses if you're premier or gold and you have enrollments. So I don't know what it is now, but they're changing it where you will get the average bonus is going to be 160 to 200 per share. And you'll get the premier bonus, which is one share as long as you have one personal enrollment of 100 PV in a given month. For golds, you'll get 2 shares as long as you have 2 personal enrollments of 100 PV in a given month. So I'm going to stop and see if there's any questions about that.
This is the question of the day.
Mhm.
Okay. Me, Sally, Jack, Joe, and then Bobby. If Bobby is now qualifying me, am I stealing money from Joe? In other words, if I'm getting the leg now for my qualification, is that taking from their rank qualification in any
No,
way?
no.
Okay, so it's sort of
And
stacked.
it only happens for platinum and above.
Right. So I don't have to worry about that
No,
yet.
more than one person can rank off of one person.
Same. Okay, that's good to know. Great. Great. Thanks.
But it has to be in your enroller tree. So if your upline placed the person that
Yeah.
you want to rank off of, that won't count unless your
Yeah.
upline gave you enrollership, which may not be allowed in the future. Right now, we can
I,
still give over enrollership, but they might
yeah.
change that.
I
So
have a, well, yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, like, we would probably have to dig into each of your organizations to really see where this is going to affect you. I
Mhm.
have my account rep like look at it with me so that I could start to think about it and kind of run through it. So your account rep might be willing to do that with you, and if not, you and I can get on Zoom and look at the back office and go, where is this going to come into play? But again, it's only for platinum and above. So, you know, you're really close to silver, Kate. I mean, really close, you know, like think
Yeah.
you're getting there.
Yeah.
Um, and
Okay.
yeah, so it's still the regular rank advancement, if it's below platinum.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay,
Oops.
let's see what else I want to share here with you. Okay, so this is the leadership pools. And this is they're showing that if you in Premier, Silver, Gold, and Platinum, it's really about the growth requirement. So for Premier, Silver, and Gold, it's about enrollments, 1 share per 100 PV enrollment. For Platinum, it moves to team growth volume. So if you hit that 4,000, then you're going to get, how does it work there? 1 out of 3. I'm not sure what they mean by that. You get 3. Okay, you get 1 share and then 3 of those. It's like they take 1 part of the platinum bonus and then you get 3 of those 1 parts. And then for diamond, it's 6,000. This is team growth volume, blue diamond 12 and presidential diamond 18. So what this will mean is platinums and above will get more shares, which will be more money of the leadership bonus pools. And it also means that the pools will be more protected for long term. So one of the things they said is like, if your daughter starts sharing doTERRA 10, 20 years from now, there'll still be these pools that she can get paid on because only people that are having growth in their team get the pools. I saw a question. Let me come there. Oh, good. Yes, I sent you all these documents in an email. So if you didn't get them, let me know. Okay, so that is pretty much it with the comp plan changes. Any questions on that? And then for those of you that want to, we can go into the rewards program. Okay, so you'll start getting communication soon for like corporate trainings. They're going to begin rolling that out in February. The official announcement will be at Leadership Retreat. And then they're not going to really launch this until all the tools and back office stuff is ready. So my account rep is thinking June or July for rollout time. So that's the end of the comp plan changes. So Sandra, if you want to jump off, that's the end there, and I'm going to go into
No,
rewards.
it's just I want to hear it because I don't really understand it, but I didn't want it to be before we went over this. So the only thing I might do is turn off my video because I keep getting a internet connection is unstable box coming up for me. So if that keeps up, I will just turn off the video and stay with it.
Okay. So I think most of the changes that are happening with the loyalty rewards, or they're calling it the rewards program, is they're trying to make it more approachable and digestible to the average person. Oh, wait, there's something we didn't talk about with the comp plan, and that's the how somebody can make that $500 in their first 30 to 60 days. So the way that they're looking at that has to do with the power of 3 boost. So if you enroll someone and they, you know, enroll 10 people in their first month and they're able to set up to the second level of power of 3, that's $500. So that's what they're talking about. That's how they've made it easier for someone to earn $500. So let's just visualize that together.
So that'd be like having a class and telling people to invite their groups of friends. So then they enroll and then they get to each enroll. So it's like one class could.
One class could.
In a dream world.
In a dream world. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because what we need here is the person needs to get their level 1 and then boost it, and they could earn $100. But if they get their level 2 and they boost it, they're now earning $500. So they need their people on their front line with 500 or more in rewards orders. And then they need their second level. So their friends need their 500 on their front line with 500. And then that would be a $500 check for the new, builder or sharer. So I still have to play around with how to word this in a way that makes sense to someone who has gotten a doTERRA account and they're totally into hosting a class, and how I could show them that they could make that 500. But it would probably be like 5 people, right? 5 people ordering 100 or 10 people ordering 50 or some combination of that, and then helping 3 people do the same. So that's what they're talking about with making it easier to make 500 in your first 60 days. Any questions on that kind of strategy or anything you want to add there? Okay, I'm going to bring up the loyalty stuff to show you. So sorry to jump back to that. I want to make sure we talked about that. So what they're doing with the loyalty order is they're trying to make the language a little bit more attractive. So if you go to your account, you'll notice that they're now calling it My Subscriptions. And this might not be changed on yours yet, but it will eventually. So My Subscriptions is your loyalty orders. And you'll notice that under your subscription, you've got your subscriptions, and they've got like My Subscription number 1, and then you'll see what's happening for March and what's happening for April. One thing that's important here is if I go change my March order, by clicking manage, it will not change my subscription order. In April, it'll revert right back to what my subscription order is. If I want to change my actual subscription order, I need to go to oh gosh, and I'm even forgetting how I did this. I need to go Sorry, I ran into trouble last time. I'm still figuring it out too. It's not that. It was like I needed to go to my actual bag. It's really weird. So this is a confusing one. So if I go to my actual bag, then I can manage my order. And I think this is going to really stop people up. So you want to be in this screen to actually edit your subscription. Because if you're just over here under My Subscriptions and you click manage, oh yeah, maybe they fixed it. I hope they fixed it. Let's see. So if I take this away, and I took this away, and then I save. I'm just testing this out with you guys to make sure it's not the problem. Okay, and then I go back to my subscriptions. Okay, good. Well, it's not the problem that I thought it was. They must have changed that. The last time I was in here doing this, when I changed my order, it didn't actually change my order. So that must have been part of what you were experiencing too, Kate.
I don't know what happened. I don't want to confuse everyone on the call, but something else happened this morning. I called yesterday and said, "Hey, my January and February were changed to 600 and 400." And then when I went in to edit it in February, my March was dropped down to 47, and I was confused. And I said, "I want to know if I can not subscribe to the 2 month ahead thing. I like having one template. I guess I'm just because I'm used to it.
Yeah.
One template, then I'm just changing whenever I need to.
Yeah.
Having two templates to change every other month, it just scrambles my brain, you know? So then I got an email this morning that said, "We canceled your LRP."
Oh, no.
And so I wrote to them and was like, "Please tell me why my LRP keeps changing without my authorization." So now I'm in my subscriptions, and I don't know if you guys, it says my subscription 2. I don't have a subscription 1, so I might need to rename it to subscription 1, but it looks like my subscription 2.
Yeah,
But
it's a little confusing for
there's
sure.
my subscription 1, 2 months, my subscription 2, 2 months. That's what you're saying it is. So now just having one subscription is easier for me to figure out what's going on. And I have got 2 months. I've got my February and my March.
Yeah.
So, and it looks like I can continue on. I could have like 6 months.
Yes. And that's
But
probably good if you're enrolling someone and you want to put them on a plan, like a protocol.
yeah, protocol.
Like this is what you're
That
going to do this month, that's next month.
Yeah. But do those continue to roll over? Like they don't go away. What I'm noticing is my February, like once your March, looks like you've got March, April there.
Mm-hmm.
That's just going to keep going. Those just happen to be the same order, but mine are not.
Yeah.
They just happen to be the same order. Like, I guess what I'm trying to say is if you set up someone with 6 months of worth of orders and they're all different stuff, as they move through that, it's going to keep pushing down 6 more months. Is it just going to
Yeah, I
cycle?
don't know. I'm
I
not
don't
sure.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have to play around with that.
Yeah.
But this is a cool thing, the instant rewards. So this allows you to just do a rewards order without setting up a subscription. And that comes in handy, if you ever have to go buy in under someone's account. This is how you can do that now, but it also comes in handy for the person who doesn't want to set up the subscription and they just want to do an instant rewards. So it still gives them the points and the extra things with it. And then if someone is at the 30% now, they get these special gifts. So you'll see, you might have it on yours if you're getting that. But I got this special gift this month. Oh yeah, it's not going to show you. And it was like a little bag. So they have these, they're calling them VIP gifts. And it's for people who are up to the 30% and beyond. And they'll get those little gifts. So that's what I know about the rewards order changes. A lot of it is semantics, and it's that weird kind of clunky how you update your subscriptions now and the instant rewards. Anybody have anything to say or comment about that?
Thanks for going over that. I think I probably need to play around with it. It sounds like to do instant rewards, you still have to maybe have an actual regular template set up.
Well, I'm not sure because I've never not had a template set up. So I don't know what it looks like,
Yeah, I'm
you know?
yeah, and I'm just trying to backtrack so I know how to advise my new enrollees. So I'll have to play around with it more and maybe we can share what we find out as we figure things out.
Yeah.
I would be very skeptical that if we as wellness advocates didn't have at least 100 PV, LRP, or rewards order sitting there, if they're gonna, how are they gonna run commissions if we're only ordering LRP through instant rewards? It's
Oh
not
no,
gonna,
I don't know. I think as a wellness advocate, you still have to have your 100 PV. This would be for like
yeah,
customers who don't want to go with the always like it's now
yeah.
customers don't have to have the 100 to get rewards. Not
I
but
love that cart. I use that cart all the time if I need to go in and order and what isn't going to mess up my existing LRP template. I absolutely love it.
good, yeah. Um Contessa's asking, so Contessa, they still, so if you send a link generator to someone, they have to have an account to get rewards. Um, and then the VIP gifts are, yeah, 30%, which I told you about that. You still get free shipping on orders over 100 PV, and you still get the product of the month. Oh, and when your first order, you now get a welcome gift. And it includes samples of some of the most popular subscriptions. So I think it's like Deep Blue Rub and Meta Power and things like that. So when somebody does their first one, you can talk to them about the gift that they get because they'll get to try out some of the popular items. So what I'm curious about is, do you all have ideas about how we're going to go and activate reward orders so that we can get our Power of Three bonuses? Because I know for me, I haven't really been able to get people to do loyalty rewards orders in the last couple of years. It's been a harder sell.
I was going to start by contacting my more active people that I've enrolled and talk to them about this from talk to them about the Power of Three changes, and you have that be an opportunity to talk about, do they want to revisit some of their goals? Some of these people have had this aggravating thing about someone they personally enrolled frontline to them that always either forgets about it or they order like 98 points, and it's just like, you know, they're tearing their hair out and just like, it's very discouraging. And so to look at this a different way and to look about this as helping people use oils daily in a way that works for them and quit focusing on the customer's 100 PV thing.
Yeah, that's great. I think that's great advice to like just lead with the service of, hey, I want to let you know that the Power of Three is changing. Remember that it's not like really changing until June or July, but they can start getting the boost right now. So they can start playing with it right now and experimenting with getting the boost, but it's not going to be until June or July that it completely changes over.
Right, right.
And that's that, I think that'll give some peace of mind too. It's not like you're going to lose your Power of Three that you've had for a while, like right now.
It feels like we'll be able to empower our builders. So I've never gone after a 50 or 250 bonus because I like a good passive experience with my customers. I don't want to be calling them. It's relationships are hard enough anyway. Like I don't need to be asking them like about their medicine every month or even once a year, it feels invasive. So what's cool is that many, like, so Dawn on my front line, she has people that do LRP, but they don't do 100. This can open up her to get her 50 in a really soft and easy way. And if I want to see her get that, I could place someone there on her front line, and it could help her get her 50, and that would help me get my 250. They don't even have to be on LRP, right? No, they do.
That has to be an LRP. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the difference, so I'm just noticing a difference now. That the first, what are we calling it? That the Power of 3 Simplified, level base 1, the 500, is that 500 LRP orders? No, that's just 500. That's just 500 PV, right?
It's a good question. Let me see if it's in my notes.
I don't think it's because right now it's the old way was the team volume of 600, and that was including all orders.
Let me look. I have some notes. I think I asked this question.
I can't imagine that it's 500 only in LRP orders. I feel like I'm hoping that it's 500 total on their front line.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's not in my notes. I'll put that in.
It sounds like it would be 500 total orders, and one of them has to be personally enrolled and on LRP. I don't know.
I know it's not first time in orders. Well, this is the thing, is now can't the person just go do an instant rewards order? I do think it has to do with rewards orders.
In rewards volume. Okay, create 500 in rewards volume on your front line. So it
has to be reward orders.
Yeah, so that's different. Instead of it just being PV, it's got to be LRP PV, which, by the way, I don't know of anyone really ordering in my downline that's not on LRP. Like, the orders are LRP.
Right. Why would they order?
Why would they do a standard order? Yeah. So that's a change. That makes it so we can't just have random PV going through. This has to be loyalty PV. So that sucks a little bit, but just something to look at. I'm sure there's a silver lining in there somewhere. Yeah,
well, I mean, it is about us having people on reward orders. I mean, my account rep said that straight out to me. Like, that is the intention with all of this, with everything in the comp plan. It's enrolling new people, getting them on LRP, and your team doing the same. And that's how.
So this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we need a retreat where people come with a day bag, just their change of clothes. And we provide them the toothpaste, the hair stuff, the shake in the morning. Like, we need to show people the lifestyle by, like, washing their hair and their face and putting on that rose stuff, and then putting the moisturizer on and using Serenity Stick as deodorant before you go to bed, and, you know, the toothpaste, and with our dish soap and the hand lotion, the Abode hand lotion or whatever, you know, like, I just feel like I use the LRP because it's not just like I'm buying bottles of oil. I've got my Correctex. I've got my frankincense. I don't know. It just feels like.
Yeah, it's all stuff that you use in life. Yeah.
Yeah. We have so many products that people need to switch their mindset from it being fragrances to this is where you get your laundry detergent and your dish soap, and you'll have no problem with the LRP. So I think, and I feel like the best way to do that is to have like a spa day, but that's just my old spa day brain. Like, that's the only way.
I think the other aspect of this is we want to teach people, the conversations need to be like, if you're going to order anything from doTERRA, do it on a rewards order. You can always cancel it the next month. You don't have to hit any certain level, but why not? Because you're going to get all these extra benefits. It's like teaching people, like, hey, don't use your doTERRA account unless you do it as a rewards order.
Right.
And maybe
Yeah.
even like in the enrollment process, really setting it up for them. Like whatever you get on your enrollment, it's important. It's, you know, everybody likes to get something on their enrollment, but it's really important is what you're getting every month. Even if it's just like your toothpaste, your deodorant, a Serenity
Yeah.
stick. And I mean, there's things that like there's so many products at doTERRA now and things that I love. Like the recharge, I love that. I always want it. The frankincense capsules, those are now like I have to take those. And now there's so
Mm.
much, it's taking the time to really help the person.
Mhm.
Okay, what's the thing that you need every month? Is it the Serenity stick? Is it the
Yeah.
body lotion? I love the unscented body lotion because I can add
Mhm.
like sandalwood or rose in there. So I think it's like
Yeah.
taking that extra step with people and being like, it's not so much about what you enroll with, it's about what you're ordering every month.
And I feel like it's that language right at the beginning. I remember we used to say, friends don't let friends buy retail. So you're only going to be buying wholesale with doTERRA. And I used to really say, they'd kind of look at me and there'd be a moment where they'd say, do I need to order every month? And I'd be like, no, 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 no. You don't have to order any month, just as needed. But I think now I would say something like, the only way that is even worth doing doTERRA is by buying at least one thing per month, even if it's a chapstick. And
Yeah.
just saying, there's these little hand lotions, Citrus Bliss hand lotion. If you need to, just buy it once a month, just one little thing. And I kind of want to plant that seed.
Yeah.
And I'll say it's shipping's free. When is it shipping's free if it's an LRP
$100 or
order?
more, it's
Does it have to be
free.
okay? Okay. So just one little hand lotion every month, and it will be worth it in the long run. If they absolutely need to, they can cancel. But I could say you don't have to, but I don't recommend buying if you're not
Yeah.
going to be buying every month.
Yeah. And just talking to them about the toothpaste, like my dental hygienist is always like, use doTERRA toothpaste, right? And I say, yeah. And she's like, good. Yeah, Kristen. Oh, wait, you're muted. I'm trying.
There we
Okay.
go. I think at the beginning, I was always getting people on LRP because that was the greatest savings. And then I think, like Kate said, it was just, I was so happy just to get oils in people's lives. I wasn't selling the LRP. And, people had lost their jobs for a couple years. And I think it's about getting back to that at the very beginning when we enrolled somebody. I tried something new this week. I enrolled my coworker and I offered an incentive because I have a backstop in oils. I don't know if everyone else does. I have a pretty big surplus. And I said, hey, I'm going to try this for 3 months with my new enrollees. If you place at least 50 PV, I'm going to match what you spend the first 3 months if you do it as a rewards order. And by the time they do 3 months of rewards, I think they really just start falling in love with the product and they're going to want to keep doing that.
Yeah.
So I
I
think
love
it's
that
important.
idea.
And she did it. She did it. She got on it and she spent 67 PV and we met for lunch and I gave her 67 PV of free oils and she just doubled her oil collection right away. Obviously that wouldn't be sustainable for every single person or in my downline, but maybe if we focus on like new enrollments or a few key people that we want to re-engage
Yeah.
as an idea. I don't know. Maybe it's a
Yeah.
bad idea.
No, I think what I like about the idea is giving them some kind of little extra gift for giving doTERRA a chance, and we just have to figure out our own wording around it. And if it doesn't have to be oils, it could be other things. It could be spray bottles or empty roller bottles or fractionated coconut oil or like all the little accoutrements. You could just say, I have a little gift basket for you that I'll give you every month that you do your rewards order. And I love that now we can say it doesn't have to be, it can be $20, it can be $30. Just order something on rewards and then I'll give you a little gift. And it's also a reason to meet up with them or to call them. If you are having regular classes at your house, it could be an incentive like, hey, come to my last Friday class And if you did your rewards order, I have a gift for you. And then that could become a thing that like everybody who comes to that class is like, where's my little gift? And again, it could just be a little like packet of samples or chapsticks, or I know whenever I'm trying to get my order to a certain number, I order a chapstick. So I have a ton of like chapsticks sitting around. That's an easy thing to give, but I love that idea. I'm
So my
trying
friend was like, she told me what she wanted for her free PV, and she was like, and a chapstick. It's like, yes, they had so
yeah.
many.
Oh, what some people do, which I think is fun, is they give the new enrollment a empty keychain, and you can
Uh-huh.
be like, every month that you do your rewards order, tell me, and I'll fill up one of those drams with like a unique oil. There's so many fun ways to do it. I think the key for me is like, I'm going to be sending out this weekly email now, scheduling some like regular classes at my house, being aware of those people that need to be reactivated or could be reactivated, and just aware of like, kind of like, why enroll someone if I'm not going to get them on the rewards order? Like, what's the point of a person just buying a bottle of lavender and then never purchasing again?
And I think to Kristen's point, just getting them into trying the new oils and just that buzz of going, oh, this new scent and how it feels, smelling deep blue for the first time, or smelling digestion, or smelling lavender for the first time. So just introducing them to these new things. I like spending my fast start check back on the person with either a hardback book or an oil is it always pays off in the long run. It just gets them obsessed with it.
Really
One
does.
thing that I did like 2 years ago that was really great was I started doing these, like 7 years ago, I started doing EFT sessions with people. But a couple years ago, I started doing 5 and 10 packs. And so I would say if you buy a 10 pack of taps with me, I will give you $150 of essential oils in your own account. So then it has them. So then now my clients that I'm seeing all the time, right? There was like 1 or 2 people that took advantage of this. They have their rose oil now, or they have their whatever they got on guard. And so I like what you said about, we don't just need to be rolling this into more doTERRA products, even though that makes sense. We can really weave it into the other work that we're doing, like the social justice work that we're doing. We can weave it into the, all the other stuff, the disaster relief stuff we're doing in our communities. We can bring doTERRA into that somehow too. I think I know that Haley Hobson was really big into that. I think that like, and Janet Cook, like these really intense big enrollers, I think that they were weaving in enrollments into their actual other jobs in a really powerful way. And they're like, if you do therapy with me, you're going to be getting a kit of emotional essential oils. That's just how all my clients roll. And so, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that that's really powerful, making it like even more legitimized within the other work that we do,
I love that. Yeah, good point. I want to respect our time. We're at the hour. It's been really fun to hang out with you all and talk about this. If anybody wants to have like a little weekly call, accountability or anything, I'm happy to do that. So let me know what would serve you and what I can do just to help you during this transition. I'm happy to get on the phone or Zoom and look at your specific downline and like strategize together too. That's all I have for now. If I hear anything else, I will let you know. And happy Lunar New Year. Happy Year of the Snake, everybody. Feeling the good snake energy. And I'll talk to you soon.
Bye, everyone. Nice to see you all. Thanks, Erin.